Hello everybody and good morning. Today is Wednesday, November 20th. I am from Long Beach, California, and it was actually sprinkling during my walk, which I just started doing walks, so of course it doesn't rain often here and I don't get a lot of chances to go for walks. So rain or shine, I took that opportunity and I got my walk in. I did 2 miles this morning and I really enjoy my alone time, and you will learn more about why and a little bit more about me. But first, I'd like to start off by saying my name is Danette. I've been wanting to do this for a very long time, for years, but have you ever just wanted to do something so bad, but you just didn't do it because you thought like, oh, I'm not good enough, oh, I don't have the time, oh, I'm not capable, just self-doubt, but yet you had this calling and you knew and you just kept thinking like, in the future, my dream is to do this. Yeah, that's me. I've been thinking about it and waiting for the time to come, and today I just thought to myself, what better time than here and now? Like, my hair is dirty, I am not very presentable, but I didn't want to keep letting my self-doubt and my not being prepared stop me from doing something that's been on my heart for a very long time. So the reason I wanted to do a YouTube channel is to inform everybody about a health issue that I have been dealing with for 6 years now. And I don't like to be a Debbie Downer, so I kind of wanted to wait until I was, figured out all the right answers and could come tell you how to get rid of this problem that I've been dealing with. And I didn't want to look like a victim. I didn't want to have a pity party. I don't want sympathy, although it would be nice to connect to other people that have similar situations, just so that we can encourage each other. But long story short, I'm still dealing with it, and I just wanted to get this party started, so to speak. And so a little bit about me. It started with a neck injury. I'm actually a physical therapist, so it was my first year out of school, and I was working in the hospital, and I had to catch a patient from falling out of his bed. Well, he was transferring actually from his bed to his wheelchair, and I had my hand on his gait belt, and as he was transferring, his knees buckled, and it yanked on my arm, my left arm, and then it was such a hard, fast yank that I was, in my head, shocked that I didn't feel pain at the moment. And then I was thankful that I didn't have an injury, because I was certain that would have messed up my spine. I realized, just like showering and trying to blow dry my hair, my arm would get tired. I had pain in the shoulder, and then the neck, kind of like on this side, and then just everything started becoming difficult, even working. And then I like put it all together. That was the initial beginning of my downward decline, so to speak. Just that little knot that progressed. I reported the injury. They put me on modified duties, and then it went into the central spine. I could feel it. It just felt like my spine was like, had a lot of pressure. It felt like tearing. Gravity, just sitting up was hard for me to keep my head up. I would have to like lay down to relieve the pressure and the pain. And then it just progressively got worse over the years. I had kids. There's like a lot of details to this. But anyways, I went to a lot of doctors, and they basically said, you're young, you should bounce back. There's nothing wrong with you. It was probably just a strain or a sprain, and it should be better by now. You're totally fine. But I was far from fine. Like, I was never able to return to work. My neck started locking, like completely going out, or subluxing or dislocating, whatever you want to call it, to where I couldn't move. My husband, who's also a physical therapist, he said I probably have cervical instability, clinical cervical instability, as well as my physical therapist that I ended up seeing, Dr. Durhow. He was amazing. He actually helped me get a lot of progress back. I returned to playing volleyball at one point, although I was extremely sore. Beach volleyball was one of my favorite activities, so that was amazing. But the problem was it never lasted. Whatever progress I made, it never lasted. So if I did one too many things and I reached my fine line of exhaustion, then my neck would go out. It would, like, when I least expect it, normally when I'm sleeping, I would roll over and my neck would just like dislocate or sublux, and it would get locked in it would be all crooked. My muscles would start spasming, and I was in excruciating pain. I remember waking up one time in the middle of the night, like couldn't even like scratch my nose, even to move my arm put so much pressure in my neck, because that's how locked it was. And I remember freaking out. I couldn't even sit up, and I screamed, or I woke up my husband somehow, and I told him to call 911, but he didn't want to call. He probably didn't know the severity of my symptoms yet. No one really did. Everyone always just said push through it. But this is something I've been going through for a long time, and for me it felt like hell. So I just want to share my insight as a patient and as a physical therapist, all the research and time I've spent figuring out what's wrong with me and what the treatment plan should be. That will be for a whole nother video, but this is just a little introduction of who I am. And so it's a little bit about my background, and through all of these very, very, very tough times, I felt very alone, because nobody quite understands what I'm going through. It can be very emotional, because it's very disabling. When I used to be very active, like all of my hobbies involve like physical things, being outdoors, beach volleyball, surfing, hiking, traveling, even socializing, dancing. All of these things were things that I loved and that have completely been taken away from me, because most days it's just survival, just getting through the day and trying to keep the house somewhat clean, even though most days I can't cook or do dishes. Okay, I'm back. Sorry to share just my journey about how it progressed and what I researched and what I found out, and different things that I've tried that have helped. And I just hope that through this YouTube channel, I will be able to help other people that maybe experience something very similar, because I know how frustrating it could be and how isolating. So I just want to put the information out there, and hopefully I'll hear back from people and be encouraged as well. Or if you have any questions, of course, I'm more than willing to answer anything. And the whole reason I'm doing this today, even though I've been wanting to do it for years, is I actually watched a different YouTube channel. I came across a girl who... I'll maybe talk about that in a future video, about the treatment plan. She did a similar treatment plan with the same doctor that I researched, and just hearing her experience, and it just made me feel like I've connected with her, and it gave me insight that I otherwise wouldn't have. She's gone through the treatment with the doctor that I want to see, but I have to travel to get there, so that I don't know when that's going to happen. But so she motivated me, and I was just thinking today, like, I don't have a lot of alone time. My kids finally started preschool, so like a month ago, and I've been having to do a lot of things during my spare time, like doctor's appointments and walking, just trying to get my health back. And so I'm also a firm believer. I have a lot of faith. That's kind of what has gotten me through most of my life. I have a lot of stories that I don't mind sharing in the future, but today I just wanted to, it's just such confirmation when I sit down and I look forward to my quiet time with God, because it kind of allows me to reflect and look in at myself, and then just like hear from God and connect and feel so grounded and calm, which I've been lacking since I've had kids because it's just constant chaos and I feel like my brain is scrambled. So today I sat down and I journaled. I'm trying to do this on the days that they have school, which I just started last week. I got 2 new devotions. So I was just thinking to God, like, I want to be used by him and I want to help others shed light and just connect. And I thought to myself, what better time than here and now? Just keep it real. I think it's easier to connect with people that are real. I don't know how to edit things, so maybe in the future my videos will be better. But I just felt this was very confirming. So Jesus Always. I actually got 2 of them because I couldn't decide on which one. I got these at Costco for $15. The purple one is Embracing Joy in His Presence. And the red one, or the burgundy one, is Enjoying Peace in His Presence. So who doesn't want joy and peace, right? I couldn't decide which one was more important, so I got both. And it's just so confirming when I sit here and I pray to God, and then I journal, and then I open it up to today's date, and then it matches like my exact desire of my heart. So today I opened it up, and it said, becoming free is a demanding process, because your mind is accustomed to wandering into the future at will. And that is something I'm definitely guilty of. I'm always daydreaming about the future, what it's gonna look like, what I want, and really that kind of steals joy from the present moment. So it's actually hard for our minds to become free of that. And it said, when you find yourself caught up in such thoughts, recognize that you are roaming in a fantasy land. Not that there's anything wrong with that temporarily, but you shouldn't live always there when the moment is here, because you're going to miss the moment. So awakening yourself to this truth helps you return to the present, where I eagerly await you, ready to enfold you in my unfailing love. So that just really spoke to me as far as my earlier idea that when I was walking and I came home and I thought, what better time than here and now? And that just kind of like shook me, like, yeah, don't just think about, oh, in the future I'm going to do this, I want to do this, although that's fine to do. Sometimes you just have to like just do it, and just do it now. So here I am. And then the other one that I read, that was the joy one, this one's the peace one, I think. Yeah. So this one said, you don't have to perform well in order to receive my love. And I thought that was also confirming, because I didn't feel like my performance would be good enough because I wanted it to be perfect, but really, like, I'm never going to be perfect, and I shouldn't be focused on that. I should be focusing on wanting to help others and just do it, because I didn't want to look like this, but I do. In fact, a performance focus will pull you away from me toward some sort of Pharisaic, I don't know how to say that. It can also be a source of deep discouragement when your works don't measure up to your expectations. So this is the part I highlighted. Shift your focus from your performance. I don't know what I just said. Shift your focus from your performance to my radiant presence. So taking our focus off of if we're good enough and just focusing on outwardly on just how good God is, and that He is enough. It doesn't matter how prepared or good we are. We just have to take a step of faith and just step out on that. It also says, thankfulness and trust are your primary receptors. So thank me for everything. Trust in me at all times. And that has definitely helped me get through most of my situations. So I hope this can encourage someone else. And I hope to share a lot more in the near future, because I have so much information and so much, I just want to share, and I want to connect. So I hope everybody has a beautiful day, beautiful week, and I can't wait to see all of your messages. Thanks. Bye.